Welcome to West of Tulsa. I'm CJ Ward, and we are broadcasting from Ventura, California. And this is our first Wagon Wednesday. We can have a second one, I hope, at some point. The whole crew is here. We got Beth at Helm, and we got Gabe.
Yo.
So
what's up?
Wagon Wednesday number 1. How did this whole idea come up anyway? I think it's when I asked you a question during one of our shows.
I think, you asked how did the station wagon term
Come from? Where'd the name come from?
Where did it come from?
Right. And I think
I did.
grew
Do
on
you want to explain again? Because people watching now.
The station wagon term came from the railroad era, where they would use the station wagons to pick up the people at the train station and bring them back to their hotels
and all their luggage
and all their
that,
luggage and all that.
And what was the era?
That
well, I would imagine it probably began before the cars. They probably had buggies and horse-drawn carriages that would pick up people at the train station and do the same thing. But then when they came along with vehicles, they just
exactly. And then I know before the station wagon term came about, they were considered depot hacks.
Oh,
what?
Yeah, depot hacks.
What the heck?
For more information, you could Google it.
Okay, well,
going to make you work there,
thanks,
Gabe.
Man. Well, just goes to show you how much we've prepared for this show.
I got it. You said depot hacks?
Yeah.
Yes.
What, hack is in like a hack a cabbie? Hack?
Exactly.
That kind of thing?
Exactly.
Okay.
Hack
that makes
exactly. What the hell, Dan?
Dan, you know
See?
a lot.
That's like a New York thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Dan, can you explain that? Because I don't know how you're talking about.
I know it from Seinfeld.
Okay, I wasn't a Seinfeld guy. Can you explain?
It's old school. That's all I know.
What do you, like? You hack? Like you hate?
No. A hack is like a nickname for a cab driver.
Exactly.
I don't know why. It's just one of those slang. It's probably from the 30s or 40s or something. I don't know.
Well,
And
okay.
then you put it all together and you got a station wagon.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay. Just to know,
that's
we're
the
not
term
car
that I
experts by any means.
No,
As
definitely
everybody's probably figured out by now.
We are learning.
And
Yes.
their obsessions,
Okay.
and that's your obsession.
Yes,
Helm.
I love wagons. I think everybody that knows me knows that I own them and drive them, and specifically within the Mercedes-Benz community.
Yeah, but you've had other brands of wagons.
Oh yeah,
Not just Mercedes.
yeah, I've had BMWs. On the JDM side, Mitsubishi Lancer, Sportback wagon.
Explain JDM to
I think I know.
to Beth or
to anybody that doesn't know what JDM.
oh, I mean
is.
the Japanese culture.
JDM stands for.
But what does it
Japanese
stand for?
Japanese.
What does the D stand for?
Domestic
Thank
market.
you. Market. I was going to say maker.
Yeah.
Japanese domestic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, but where it's my love for the wagon stemmed from my first W123 diesel. So
And you may have to explain that too.
exactly,
A W123.
and that's the
Mercedes-Benz chassis.
Exactly, the chassis code.
Okay.
And why do they use chassis codes?
No, I think you got him.
That
Maybe the code has.
that's
to go,
where I'm.
Maybe the code has to go with every other part that makes the car. Right? Does that make sense?
It's
When
gotta
you're
be an
assembling
There is
a
somebody in the
car?
comments that's gonna.
That's what I was gonna say.
chime in here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
thank God for
Who's
that.
going to go? You
I
both
just
know
know that I
what you're
own
talking
I have
about.
no idea. So full
Exactly.
disclaimer: we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Well, it's
We're
like
just
when you're
talking
putting
about stories.
together a dresser, right? And it has DDD and AA and all the.
All right, we're putting that out to our audience. Why do they use chassis
Chassis
codes,
codes,
and
the
how did those
designate.
come about? Like, what's the history of that? Because we don't know. We're
we
not
don't.
experts.
No. So why are we here? Anyway,
Because we love cars.
Well, look, one thing we
yes, and we like
may
the
not,
stories.
We may not know what that is, but we all have a station wagon story.
Yes.
Oh,
we
yeah.
do.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so let's start with Dan.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah,
what is
Dan.
what's your wagon story?
This is a 1973 Chevelle SS. I learned because of Steve Feist. We had the Chevelle on, a couple shows ago, right? That was part of his episode.
Yeah.
And I know Chevelle is like a super high performance version of a Chevy car. Yeah. And my parents had the Caprice version of this wagon. So it wasn't this. This has a big engine under the hood and everything, and I'm sure got tighter suspension and stuff. I rode around in that thing, but I looked at that picture. They only made 73 of these, which I looked up. I researched a little bit. They only made 73 of them, so they're extremely rare. Mm-hmm. So seeing that, I just kind of said, I looked at the lines and go, that looks like the wagon my parents had. It's very similar.
What do you remember from bringing that wagon?
I'm not going to bring
Yeah, come on, man.
Oh,
you know this.
Here,
It's like,
come on.
my dad beat me in this car. Or
Oh,
something.
no.
I don't know.
No, first date.
There was a story. Remember, there was a story that we had in rehearsal shows that I don't think I should bring up. You remember? Yeah.
Oh,
How about Beth? Let's go to you.
I have
before we implode.
a more
We go to you.
pure, lovely memory of my parents' Dodge Monaco, and it was kind of a
Dodge
creamy almond color with the wide wood paneling on the
nice.
side, right? And I just remember having really fond memories. I mean, on a summer day and Mom loading up the car and we'd have all the beach chairs in the back and the towels, and we'd be in the back seat, never wearing seatbelts because that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
In the front, and rolling the windows down with the crank, and I always remember we'd have a styrofoam cooler, and my mom would make sandwiches, which egg salad sandwich at the beach wasn't great, but anyway, sorry, Mom. And then so we'd have those, and then driving, and I remember my dad was, "What's that squeaking?" And he'd flip out. Like if that thing was squeaking the whole drive to the beach, and he'd have to pull over to readjust so the squeaky little styrofoam cooler wasn't squeaking. Anyway, I just have really fond memories of that. I could tell you a million other stories with it, but it was and in the later years, she'd overheat, and my mom would have to pull over if we were going up a hill and let her cool down. Her name was Bessie, by the way.
I was going to say.
Nice.
Yeah, I knew she had a name. I knew you were going to get
Yep.
to that at some
Yep.
point. People, hey, you got to love it. You got to love a vehicle if you name it, right?
Oh, exactly.
If you give a name. So we didn't name ours when I was growing up, but it was a 1972 green Ford Country Squire wagon, and it had the fake or the faux wood on the side.
Oh, I remember
And-
those.
Yes.
the Clark
Yeah.
Griswold family vacation.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. with fewer headlights.
yeah, the family truck. stop.
Yeah, and then my memories of that probably, obviously early 70s, mid 70s. We'd go to the drive-in and we'd back in the Ford Squire.
did that too.
We'd all be in our sleeping
Yeah.
bags. We'd open up the top and the bottom, and we'd all lay there and put the little speaker.
Yeah.
and we'd sit there and watch at the drive-in. And great memories of being in the back of that old Ford Country Squire.
That's amazing. The only station wagon that I remember, I don't remember riding it, was my mom's Mercury Bobcat.
Oh.
White with pea green interior. At the time, definitely hated it. I thought it was ugly, but now that I, love wagons and can go back, I mean, I'd drive that thing right now,
Well, where would you ever see one again?
I know exactly.
White
And it was a
pea green.
two-door.
Yeah.
Oh. two-door.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to flip the seats forward, right? Just hop in. Okay.
It was like a Mercury Nomad.
The body lines are cool. I mean, when I look at old photos now, I could appreciate the lines.
Have you ever Googled to try and see if you could see one again, or see if there's one out there?
Oh, there's a lot of them out there, but people are putting like small block, Chevys in there for a little bit more power.
Sure.
But a stock one I haven't seen restored in its state.
That's right. You like stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all had the button up right near the brake where you'd press it for the high beam, low beam. Do you remember that?
Oh, I don't.
No,
Oh, the foot switch.
The little
Yeah.
foot
steel-
switch,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
That's a little before my time. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. It's up in the corner by up behind your left foot.
Oh.
Up to the upper
Really?
right.
Wow.
That's cool.
And you'd have to, and sometimes it would stick, and you'd be like, trying to get
they
it.
need to bring that back.
Do it.
I know.
Do they?
It makes sense
What's wrong with the switch?
because it's cool to do that with your foot.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not arguing that point. Anyways.
So what about yours?
Yeah, mine was my grandmother's Datsun 520 wagon, something like that. She had the backwards facing seat in that, and it was a Datsun. It wasn't a very big car, but I just remember being like hot as heck in the
Yeah,
San
way
Fernando
back.
Valley, just with me, my brother, sometimes our cousins, and just driving in the back. I just loved it. It was white with like that blue, I don't know, like that. I don't know what kind of blue it was, like a royal blue interior. I don't know if that's the right color, but yeah, it was just a super cool car.
Did
That
the
was-
back window roll down or no?
No.
So it was hot.
Oh, it was hot. No tint. AC barely worked, and San Fernando Valley.
Yep.
Go figure.
Yikes.
So yeah, that's my memory of the one.
Did you ever think that we'd all be sitting here devoting an entire show just to station wagons? Because when you grow up, they're just utility vehicles.
They are.
And now they've actually become hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when they started putting power in these wagons, even from back in the 60s and 70s,
Yeah.
I just thought they were the coolest thing. And now that I have a daughter, I was like, man, it might be kind of cool to take the whole family in a wagon, obviously with some power, but I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I think they've always been cool. It's just for different reasons,
Right.
All right, I got a topic. Most of us, not everyone, have raised kids. Minivan versus wagon.
We had a wagon and minivan, both.
I drove the minivan here today.
That's right. And we had a Passat wagon.
Oh, that's right.
And it was I
2000.
love station
Oh, yeah.
wagons, and at the time they were making them, and so it was this light blue.
But the question is a minivan as cool as a wagon, or wagon's much cooler. Why would that be?
Oh,
Same purpose.
I think wagons are cooler. I do. I mean, I love the minivan. You can fit so many people in it. You can fit surfboards in it. You can fit a whole volleyball team of girls in it. And probably guys. It's just a great van. It's a frumpier drive in a way.
frumpier drive. That's a good one.
In a way.
It's interesting because my wife wouldn't be caught dead in a wagon or a minivan. She prefers the SUV, right? So, we have or had a couple wagons that she would never really drive. I had to drive them or whatever. She's like, wagon's cool. But she's like, you will never catch me in a minivan ever. I'm like, all right, well.
Really?
Well, after she sees some of the submissions here, because we asked viewers to send us some of their wagons.
Sure.
After she sees how beautiful some of these cars are, she may change her mind about wanting to
I'm
drive
keeping
a
my
wagon.
fingers crossed because that would be awesome if you got into the wagon.
And to me personally, I'm like the opposite. If you were to ask me, a wagon or a minivan, I would definitely I would transition from the wagon to a minivan and not do a SUV.
Yeah, that fits your creepy personality, actually.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
All right, should we look at some of the submissions?
Yes.
So explain. So you guys put this out on social media, right?
Yeah.
And ask people to send it in. Talk about that just for a second.
Oh yeah, we put out a post asking for our viewers to, for all the wagon owners out there to share photos of their wagons, and we definitely got a great response of different owners out there with different makes and models.
And part of it because you've got Wagon Estates. Talk about that.
Oh
too.
yes, yeah. Wagon Estate is a page of mine that I started after my love for the long roof came into play, and not knowing how big the community was, I just put out my photos of my wagon and my builds, and then eventually just caught on fire where I saw how close the community was from different makes and models, and I wanted to utilize that page to kind of create like a lifestyle of wagon with the wagon community.
Helm, you've got to explain long roof,
Yeah,
then wagon, and then estate. How many names are there? For
There's
these
different
vehicles?
designations of names, from station wagons, long roof, combi,
Combi?
estate,
I'm sorry. Isn't a combi more like a Volkswagen minivan?
or but the long roof aspect of it. But my term that I embrace is the station wagon. But other people definitely describe their wagons differently.
Okay.
All right.
And I think that's why we did the wagon show. It's not like the Ford or the Chevy, which obviously would be cool too, but the wagons, like, all makes and models, the wagon guys. I learned a lot through Helm and through the Wagon Estate, and even the Mercedes guys. Like,
Oh yeah.
they're fanatics about wagon. Wagon owners are a fanatic about wagons, and they see another wagon, doesn't matter the make or model, like, hey, wagon. Whereas like a Chevy guy like Steve Feisty probably wouldn't be giving a thumbs up to somebody who drives a Ford or a Dodge or whatever.
I think wagons are more intimate. I guess that's part of it. They're more intimate than a van. Sorry, I'm just thinking in my head, what's so wonderful about them? And they do have family nostalgia, I think.
I agree with that completely. Yeah. People see them and go, "Oh, I remember when we had ours."
Yeah.
I love the basic styling of it, but the utilitarian aspect, it's functional as well, with the right amount of space that I need. And when I'm driving, and I don't have kids, I don't have pets, but you'll see my wagons with like the pet net up, and third row seat up. So
I thought the first time I saw you taking photos, or I think you're doing what was Zoom or something, and I'm like, God, is Helm in the back of a police car?
Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm like, no, CJ, I'm in my
busted.
wagon because the net. But I love that the details in the wagons,
Right. All right, let's get to these submissions. Dan, you want to pop up the first one and take a look? Again, these were sent in through what, Instagram? Most of these?
Well, we put out the message through Instagram, and everybody had emailed us their pictures with just their name and a little details about that. But yeah,
So this is Alice's 1985 S123. Beautiful. I love the color.
Beautiful.
yeah.
And it's really a faded blue, would you say?
I think it's a silver.
silver.
She calls it the silver bullet. I think.
Okay.
And she got this from our friend Blue Nelson. So I'm pretty sure it's of the highest quality car, I would imagine.
Beautiful.
Now, Beth, you would
gorgeous.
like one of these.
It's beautiful.
I could see Beth rolling around
I could see
Santa
you rolling
Barbara.
around
with
there.
that
Totally.
thing.
yeah.
And I love the hubcaps.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
color
that's
match.
my favorite.
Exactly.
All right, take a look at the next
That's
one.
very cool.
Armin's 1,
We
2.
don't, he didn't give us a year on this one.
There's a
what- can you-
W124 chassis.
Okay.
What's special about this car, because I know Armin within our Benz community and the 3 Point Social Club, as well as Wagon Estate, when he was looking for a wagon, he had found one in the San Fernando Valley, specifically Northridge. And I was with him when he purchased this from the previous owner. And I know he's showing you an after shot of what he did to the car, but if you saw it in its original state, it looks totally different. 180
cool.
degree.
That's cool.
Same color.
No, it's a different. He went deeper on the black.
And he took it down. It's really low.
Yeah, and it's on a air ride.
And then talk about those hubcaps.
So I think those are actual wheels, right? Those
Yep.
those aren't hubcaps.
Those are the fans, the BBS fans.
Oh, those are BBSs. Oh, that's sick, dude. I was like, what are those? 20s?
Really clean.
I think those. Or is
19.
19. That's clean. I like it.
What do you think it's like a 90s era? Was it 90s?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
95, 96.
Well, yeah, the last of that body style is 95.
And the back seat, it's not a bench seat, is it? Are there two seats? Can't
Yeah,
tell. Or is it a bench seat?
a bench, and then it has the third row seat in the back.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
That's cool.
All right, let's take a look at the next one. Here it comes. There it is.
Oh,
Bernie,
I love this.
Bernie, my man Bernie, Seven Stock. What's up? So Bernie sent this in. This is his. I think it's his parents or his uncle's car. I forget. But yeah, I think those are his brothers sitting on the hood there. And it's a '68 Bel Air. It was white with cool blue interior, and that rear hatch as that backward facing seats. I think.
Yeah.
I really like this picture one because they're probably eating ice cream or whatever in L.A. because Bernie lives in L.A. But I like this because it reminds me of like when I was a kid. I wasn't too heavy to dent the hood, and so I could. But yeah, Bernie, he's a big rotary guy, but he grew up with a lot of these, muscle cars and stuff
That's
like that
awesome.
too. I thought that was really cool.
And we were talking about it before that it's sad how many people don't have photos.
With their family.
With their family.
Oh, yeah.
car. Yeah, this is a great.
I would love
picture.
to do a show where we just do family photos,
Yeah.
Photos.
with cars.
Yeah.
Do a collage. That would be really cool.
That's a great
We
idea.
should
Yeah.
try that. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the next one.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Our man Blue.
Oh, blue.
Blues W124 230 TE 4-cylinder right hand drive from the UK. This specific shot he took in Macedonia, and that's a period correct boxes on top of the wagon. Really, really rare piece. And I had asked them, what are all those stickers on the back windows? And it was all the different countries that he passed through. He would grab a sticker after he passed it and put it on the on the window.
Are those factory wheels on there?
Yes,
That's cool. I've never seen those before.
hubcaps. Yeah,
initially, I thought it was an '80s era Volkswagen, but
Oh,
then obviously the hubcaps, it's Mercedes.
because of the boxes.
yes,
probably.
the boxiness. Yeah.
Oh, what year? Do you know what year is that one? Do you know?
I think it's
Say year.
93.
Oh,
That's what I was saying,
okay.
early
All
90s.
right.
Yeah,
That's
what I
cool.
but a beautiful color, beautiful
Love
color.
that picture. That's so cool.
And yeah, and it shows that he definitely drives his wagons.
I love the storage on top.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
that thing is
beautiful,
huge.
beautiful boxes.
Yeah.
All right, take a look at the next one.
Oh.
Cameron
Cameron's
to Mex.
Another W124.
Yeah, so this one's, a
95.
1995.
Yeah,
Yeah.
E320.
E320.
Are those AMG wheels?
Yeah, a monoblock.
Wow,
yeah,
those are
one
cool.
piece.
That's definitely time period.
Yeah.
Correct. I remember a lot of cars had those back in the day, but not like that.
I like that shot he did too. I could tell it must be during the holidays because you see the Santa hat on the
Oh,
hood,
Yeah.
hood ornament.
Damn, you are about the details, aren't you?
Yeah.
It looks like the mountains behind in El Centro or San Jacinto. I can't
Oh, like-
tell.
like-
On the desert.
Really
somewhere.
pretty.
Yeah.
I like
Are
his Instagram handle, Shagwag.
Are those windows legal? Those tinted windows?
Yeah.
And it
See
could,
his front-
it could depend where you are.
In California, no. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
I
I
was
think as
about to
long
say-
as you have the drivers and the passenger in the front that aren't tinted, is that how it works here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knows?
That is really
curious.
clean. Really clean.
And Cameron sent us another one. I think it's the next one coming up. Yep.
Oh, he has the 1, 2, 3
Beautiful.
combo.
Wow.
Yeah, this is an 84 TD, 300 TD.
Yeah, pretty cool.
TD, turbo diesel.
Turbo
Yeah.
diesel.
So it is diesel,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, that's cool.
I love the color. I
do
love
like
the
the color.
bunt wheels.
Is that a dent on the driver's side? Or is that
looks
just
like
a
it.
reflection?
Or is that somebody in the picture?
I can't.
I
tell.
can't tell.
Either way, it looks like a daily or something like that. Pretty cool. Did you have yours is a 300 TD, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
83.
Oh, cool.
What year is his?
84.
84.
Yeah.
84.
Do you feel it has a Volvo-esque-ness to it, I think, with the design? Do you feel that they kind of emulate each
shared
other?
aesthetics and kind of
Yes.
inspiration on them? Possibly.
I think the roof
Awesome.
racks kind of because I think the Volvos had the roof racks too.
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Those are cool.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
that
Me
color.
too.
Yeah.
It's like a Malaga red.
Malaga.
Yeah, Malaga red, I think is what some manufacturers call it. But kind of the
Beautiful.
deep blood
Like a
red.
maroon.
Like a maroon,
Or
yeah.
oxtail's blood.
Burgundy.
Cool.
All right, the next one. Now this one's cool. The next one because we saw this
Oh.
this morning.
Yeah, so this is Christopher Miranda's car. I saw him at the Cars and Coffee. I've been seeing him for the last couple of months at the Cars and Coffee here in Ventura, and he submitted. He saw our post and submitted his is it Pulsar?
Yeah, it's an 88.
Yeah, and he said that it all original except for the equipped wheels that he has on, which I think is a nice touch. But yeah, it's like pretty much all original. The interior, I wish we had interior pics of this car. The interior is like super clean. It's almost, I wouldn't say brand new, but it's like this car was well taken care of.
Yeah.
And it's from back east.
Yeah, and he said that Sportback or that top, there's two versions of that. There's that version, and then he has a coupe version.
It makes it a coupe. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it a coupe. So the top is
Yeah.
interchangeable.
But what I had to ask him this morning at the meet, I was like, because you have the two accessories to kind of morph the car from a coupe to a wagon, which one do you prefer better? And he said this, because that's what kind of gave him the love for wagons, and it's an amazing car. We got some footage which you'll be seeing on the socials of a walk around of the car, but I guess I asked him, I was like, what was it with the car that kind of you gravitated? Because it's just the styling. I mean, he's a younger cat, so it's like a younger guy, and when he saw it, there was this connection, and that's
cool.
And,
Had to have it.
and I had to have it.
Just in like the few minutes that we were talking to him, some other guys came up to him and was like, "Man, I remember seeing one of these things. It reminded me of this and that or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, that's exactly why we're doing this
Yep.
because
Yeah.
we're trying to bring up these memories that might have gotten lost and get people to recall them." I think it's really, really cool. So, cheers to Christopher for having that and bring that out and getting people to like really talk about,
Yeah.
And share it with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, again, if we haven't said the whole thing, it's a 1988 Nissan Pulsar NX with Sportback.
Yeah, and what he had shared with us earlier this morning, because at the show there was a Hearst, Cadillac Hearst wagon that was slammed on the ground, and he said that amongst the Nissan Pulsar Sportback community, the nickname for this car is a Smurf hearse.
It has a hearse-like look. And
I'm like, really?
Left shot there.
I'm like, that's cool. Now I can see it. When he said that, I
Yeah.
kind of squinted my eyes. I'm like, I could see it.
And those exposed headlights, right?
Exactly,
They tuck back
yeah.
in and come
Yeah,
back out.
super cool.
I have a memory, guys, of the Nissan Pulsar. I remember being 15 years old. I don't know how I got a hold of it. I got a brand new shiny brochure for the Nissan Pulsar, and I remember leaving it laying around, hoping that the Christmas, I could get my license. So it never happened, but I remember lusting after the Nissan Pulsar when I
cool.
was 15, going, "That's a cool car. It's
Yeah.
so modern. It's
That's
so
funny.
It is funny how when new models come out and you see it and go, "Oh my God, that's so cool."
Yeah.
It doesn't take long before you go, "Oh God, I've seen 2 million of those."
Yeah.
Well, the tail end from this shot here on the left side is kind of gremlin looking as well.
Yeah.
the big, huge
Oh,
back
yeah, yeah,
window
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the tail lights.
All right,
Really cool.
take a look at the next one. We're going to go back in time here.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
So
damn.
this is a 54 Buick Century.
Beautiful wagon.
Yeah, I think this was. Danny said this was one of 1,563 ever made.
Estate.
Yeah.
Estate
It's a
wagon.
It's a steel.
Yeah, for a steel wagon, first steel wagon made by Buick. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looks like he uses it quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
He uses it to deliver bombs.
Apparently, I thought it was a longboard and then a bomb. So no, two.
And a cannon. You see the other photo with a cannon in the back?
Is that a fuel tank or a bomb? I can't tell.
I don't know, it looks like a bomb.
It's cool either way.
Yeah.
But it just shows you. It just shows you the size of the roof.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a huge. I've seen this in person. Beautiful car. It's huge, but the styling of it, the details, and the way that Danny preserves his classic cars. I think this is one of his favorite cars in his collection.
I like how the
really
belt line
cool.
comes down there to the rear quarter. That's really
two-tone.
Cool. Yeah,
Exactly.
The two-tone.
And that's original paint, correct?
Yeah.
The other thing, if you ever ridden in this era car,
I mean,
it
not this one,
drives
but
so well.
Oh yeah,
It's like a boat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It just floats.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I love the feel of that.
Absolutely.
These big, especially the wagons.
Yeah.
Helm, I have a question for you. Is
Yeah.
there such a thing as a long roof? No, seriously. Seriously, think about it, because you see movies from the 50s and 60s where it's like,
Semi.
we're going to the dude ranch, and they go to pick up people at the depot.
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
station.
The extra long.
Yeah.
You mean like
It's
semi limousine?
It's like 2 or 3 sets of doors.
Yeah.
Versus just
Yeah, you know
two
what?
set-
I
set front,
haven't
set back.
seen any personally, but I think somebody that could be somebody's next build. I think the longest one I saw there was definitely the hearse. I mean,
Hertz. That's what.
for it to be
That's
when
a long
lower,
roof.
the car looks longer too. This thing went for
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow,
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll post that on the Instagram.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
All right. Take a look at the next one. All right.
Oh, nice. That's-
95.
Yeah, this is 95. This is Francis Esta from Selection. I had an opportunity to see this beautiful car in person, and it's a 95 280E right-hand drive, and he imported it from Japan. And seeing it in person, it's so clean, and the styling of it, especially with the monoblock 2 blades.
Did he get it with the wheels, or did he add
No, he added that.
Okay.
I like it. Nice touch.
It's beautiful
right-hand drive? That's crazy.
from Japan.
That's cool.
So definitely, this is for this style of the 124s. I mean, keeping it at that ride height and with the wheels, it's just like period correct.
That's cool. I can totally see that in Japan.
It's beautiful.
So what is
Side
involved?
bumpers, too.
What all is involved? Isn't it like a whole big deal to import a car from Japan or Europe
yeah.
or anything? Like,
Yeah.
have any of you guys ever done that?
No.
Imported a car? I bought a car that was imported, but I didn't actually do the importing. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of companies that do that. That import cars like a Top Rank or whoever. They'll import like a Nissan Skyline or cars over here. It's getting actually really popular because now cars like the cool cars that we all grew up with are now older than 25 or 38 even years old. So it's definitely getting popular to do it. It's cool.
So
seeing all
it's
these cars.
25 years is what you
I
have
think it
to do.
depends. Don't quote me on that, but that's 20. It seems to be 25 years
Okay.
or older that they can actually legally import the car. So
Next one. Who's the knucklehead who submitted this one?
I think I know what you're getting
Let's
at.
see. Let's see who sent this one. Oh, that's why. Okay, talk about this one, Gabe.
I don't want to talk about it because this was a sore spot. This is the only car I regret selling. As much as I didn't want to sell the '66 Nova back to Steve. I'm okay with it because it's in better hands. This particular car, I had lots of hopes and dreams, and I got talked out of it, and I sold it to build my drag car. But this was the before shot that I submitted because there's go ahead and put the next one up there. This is the this is the never shot. This is what I was trying to build, and I regret not going through with it because this is this is what reminded me of my grandmother. I wanted to build a wagon because I grew up with one with my grandmother, and I wanted to call it Grandma's Dragon Wagon.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
So I wanted to do it like a Japanese, old school Japanese like drag car, that I could drive on the street.
Is that a tube chassis?
No, it was.
Oh, no.
I mean, that's just a rendering, but
That's beautiful.
I planned to have like a full roll cage in there because I wanted to go fast and tub it in the rear, but put big fatties in the rear. But I don't know, maybe one day I'll do it. Maybe
the dream's not dead.
Well, that car is sitting literally like a mile and a half from here at my friend's paint shop. His dad owns it, and he still refuses to sell it back to me.
Really?
Oh,
Well, he loves the car. He drives it. He's been working on it, and I was like, I would love to buy that car back, because the story of just buying that car when I got it in South Central LA was really cool. But we'll see. I mean,
Keep asking.
I'm
You never know,
I'm not
right?
going to give up asking.
Does it have the back seat, the back seat?
No, this one does not. The back was just a open thing, so it was only 2 row, or had just the back seat there. But yeah.
Has it been repainted or is this?
No, he's done the body work on it. He hasn't painted.
nice.
He has, what's messed up? He actually called me and says, "Hey," he's like, "What colors were you thinking? 'Cause in case we wanted to sell it back to you, make sure it's a color you like."
Oh.
I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, let me show you what color." But that was like 4 years ago, and he hasn't painted it. So
You
I'm
don't
like,
want false hope, right?
he totally gave me false hope.
so
Man.
it's still it's just primered, or
It's probably primer.
nice.
I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah. So.
all right. So we have back-to-back knucklehead submissions. Who's this next one, by the way? I'm not sure. Oh, Helm.
Oh,
Helm.
that's gorgeous.
Talk
Helm.
about it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
this is-
Thanks for submitting a low quality picture. Man. our team photographer sends us this crappy image of the car.
It's a nicely paved asphalt road.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a 83 W123 300 TD turbo diesel wagon that I acquired from friend Blue, who restored it for me, and this is the car that got me into loving wagons in general, but specifically Mercedes-Benz.
Even in black and white, you can see the chrome on those wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
And this is the one you got from that was previously the mayor.
Oh yeah, it was owned by the mayor from Ferndale, California.
And he ordered this one, right?
Yeah, European delivery.
Wow.
It's crazy.
In 83.
Is that a pretty rare color? Is black?
Well, no, not black, but the interior being black on black is because most of the Northern American wagons had like the lighter brown interior, and like Palomino brown.
What are the those style of hubcaps called? Is there a particular name?
No, just hubcap, but color matched to.
Okay, that's my favorite.
Oh, I love
too.
that style
Those
with
are
the white walls. You
Yeah,
know, it's a nice
gorgeous.
styling.
and with the European, the headlights are different, right? Because aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They're European, aren't they? A little more
Yeah,
squared?
and the bumpers as well.
Okay,
They're
yeah.
shorter.
Do you
So
like-
right now, what I'm doing with the car too, it's because of the elements and the patina that I've acquired throughout the years. It's going into a look that. Shout out to my friend JG Francis, owner of Mercedes Motoring. He's the one that inspired me with his shop wagon to kind of go that route now with it to kind of preserve the patina and protect it, but have that contrast of that just the age that it's going through. So be on the lookout when I do take it out to the next upcoming shows. I'm excited for all of you guys to see it.
I like it.
And do you prefer diesel? You love diesel rides?
Well, I mean, I've learned to love it because my first entry into Mercedes-Benz was my 240D sedan that was diesel. So not knowing anything about diesel, I was just like, wait, what? There's no spark plug. It's a glow plug. You have to use the green handle at the gas station. You know?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So, but I've learned to love it. And plus, with Blue tuning my car, it's pretty quick,
The infamous blue.
Yeah, so
Helm.
I love this guy. I'm gonna say it on the record, and you can replay this later on. How many years? This wagon, I will never get rid of. Yeah, it has definitely
Unless I
sentimental
steal
value.
it.
Helm,
Well, then I'll know that it coming to Ventura.
what's the experience of driving? Because you have some gas wagons, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference between driving
Oh.
a TD versus driving a
Yeah,
gas
well,
wagon?
and specifically a turbo. I mean, I think it's just. I mean, with this car, I don't turn on the radio. I want to hear that engine.
Yeah.
You definitely get. All senses are kind of heightened from your hearing because of the engine, the feel of the engine when it's idling, the smell is different, but I've learned to love the diesel platform.
You sent another car too, so let's pop it over to Helm's second car. Second submission.
Wagons. Oh yeah, that's my '94 W124 wagon. This is my daily. And
Why is the picture so dark? Is it because you're trying to hide all the dust?
it is filthy. It is
I know. Every
filthy.
time you come in my house, it's
But-
like, why?
It is filthy, but this thing is a workhorse. I love it. I did some major work recently, and it's it's like a brand new car. And shout out to Armin, who you saw his 124 earlier. That I mentioned that I was there when he bought that. He was the one that found me that period correct rocket box.
So you guys found each other's cars?
No, not the car. The rocket box on my car.
Oh, Rocket Box.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a nickname for your car. Sorry.
And yeah, and that's what's great about the community, not only in the wagon, but also our Mercedes-Benz community with the 3-point, is that we look out for each other. So whether it's like parts or if somebody has an issue, we all definitely come
just
together.
by this amount of Mercedes submissions.
Oh, I know,
They're
right?
definitely helping you out because, you asked them to send pictures and they send pictures. So that's cool.
And what's cool about that rocket box, when Armin, this was probably, I would say 4.5 years ago, 4.5 to 5. He's like, Helm, there's a rocket box, period correct, 1994 for the 124 in Thousand Oaks. And I'm like, great. Well, how much is it? $200 plus it has 2 sets of the roof rack. Mercedes-Benz. So those roof rack that's a Mercedes-Benz part. I was like, say less. Cruised out there. Owner and his wife. I had my nephew roll with me. Shout out to Vinny. I told him bring your 1242. He had a green one. So we cruise out there. We pull up to their house, and the husband and wife see our cars. They're like, okay, these guys, it kind of like they were like shocked to see how, we just how well kept we kept the cars, and now he's getting rid of a part that he had. And so we pull up, and he was so nice, and he was like, yeah, here's the rocket box with the 2 set of roof racks. And come to find out, his brother is the owner of Pelican Parts. And so I've maintained that relationship with him, coming into this community of the Mercedes-Benz. And then he found out that I had a W123. He had extra parts that he threw in.
Oh, that's nice.
too.
That's really
So, it just goes to show you with the car community how things come together and everybody's
and
there
stay
for each other.
tuned. Stay
Exactly.
in touch, yeah. So the next submission is the next year after this. So this is what, 94?
At 94, yeah.
Yeah, the next one is going to be a 95, same model. There it is.
Dude,
Yeah,
Ho,
that's Ho.
I love your car, Ho. This thing is fat. And I like the fact that it's not on airbag. I mean, I love airbags, but this,
it's
I love the
static.
way it sits in, I'll never use that word static, but I'm too old for that. But I do like that it's just on coils, and man, it's clean.
It's
I think
really-
those are 16s, right? Those are 16s.
Really clean. Zender
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah, that's tight, man.
It's
Mad,
beautiful.
mad props, dude. Mad props.
And Ho is a tech for House of Imports, Mercedes-Benz, but not a lot of people know his history too is not only in the Mercedes-Benz community, the DTM, but JDM.
Yeah, he's
with
got
with his DA.
He's got a second gen Integra,
Acura.
really
Beautiful.
clean, right the style before yours,
Yeah, right.
CJ. And man, it's cherry, man. It looks really nice. The guy has impeccable taste, but I'm gonna give him the most props, at least for now, because his wife's ride is
the dynamic duo.
yeah. So I don't know if we have hers next, but man, yeah,
Yeah,
Melissa, dude, this thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a-
on air ride.
It's a W212. It's on air ride. And when I first saw this come out, I had asked Ho too, like, what was the inspiration for your wife to, or for you guys to swoop up a W212? And I think it was him owning the W124, where she learned to love the styling, but wanted something newer. And I think this was a great year to have, and what they did to it was great with the LMs, with the BBS LMs.
Yeah,
And this is on air ride, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
What is the handling of it being on air ride? And it's being
It's actually pretty good. They've gotten a lot better over the years. You'd be surprised like how nice they ride. Actually, sometimes they're a little bit more comfortable because it's a little bit softer. Sometimes they react to the road and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, man, I need some advice on how to get my wife into one of those.
You have to be so careful how you park it, though. You hit a curb, right?
Well,
And you go up to
that's what's cool about the air ride is that you can have it a higher.
You could adjust.
Adjust it to where it's higher when you drive, and then when you park, you
Oh. Okay.
hard park it.
I think the wifey's gonna, take some cues from this right here. So hopefully, get rid of the Q7.
I hope she's listening to this.
There we go.
at that.
So
Next one.
this is Ann Masick. I'm totally butchering her name, I'm sure, but it's her brother Joe's 67 Nova Wagon. This thing did 1090s in the quarter at 124 miles per hour, like 25 years ago. And that's Ann posing in front of her brother's car. I think I think
cool.
it's super cool. Man, you would never get, aside from the roll bar in there, you would never guess this thing does
Sleeper.
10s.
It's a sleeper.
Yeah, that's super cool. I really dig that. So,
And we do like it when we were talking about this before. We love it when the owner poses with the vehicle.
yeah, we need more owner
more-
posing with their cars for sure.
It is, and it's a nice thing to have. Years from now, you'll appreciate that you
Yeah,
the photo.
for sure, for sure.
Helm, I'm going to ask you this.
Yeah.
What is a sleeper?
A sleeper is one that is kind of invisible on the outside look, where it houses a power plant. You know, like this. If I would have just see, I mean, minus the roll cage, but if I saw this just parked, I would not think it could do 10.
And it would probably there was probably a rumble to this car. I would imagine it
with a
probably
heavy
wasn't
cam,
quiet.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a big
exactly.
cam.
Yeah,
or something.
with a sleeper, I think you walk up to it and go, "Oh, it looks stock," and then you open up the hood and you go,
Boom.
"Whoa!"
yeah.
Somebody's done something, and not just that. You look underneath; the suspension's been modified too.
Absolutely.
It's all from the outside. It just looks stock.
Yeah.
But you have to look closely to see where the performance gear is.
Dan, I'm with
Motor.
you. I thought it would be good for camping. You would have room to sleep in the back.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that.
See?
You know, hey, that,
Different
hey,
takes.
Beth, I give you props. That
No, I
that
like
makes sense.
that.
That
I
makes
like
sense.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
Thank you.
let's take a look at the next one. Ooh,
Johnny Vidalis. I don't have any.
I don't have
information.
anything.
This is a 124, right, Helm?
Yeah, beautiful.
I like the wheels. Those AMGs again, right?
I think so.
They look like AMGs.
Yeah.
I love this picture. First of all, I like the yellow headlights, but
Yeah.
dude, in front of the Golden Gate Bridge, I've been to that spot right there. It's super cool. So
That is beautiful.
I like that shot, man. That was a really cool ride.
That's a chilly shot, but that is a beautiful.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can tell it's a
shot.
cold day
Yeah.
in San Francisco.
Yeah. Hope he doesn't park it there. So this was sent in to us by Brian Filateo, is a buddy of mine. His buddies, they have this team called Auto Concept Elite. This thing is I think it's a 2001 Audi S4, but it's been converted to a RS4, which was European only for that year, wide body. So you can see the fenders and the front and rear fenders, and then the bumper is all RS4, and I think it's got a 3-liter stroker engine. And I mean, this thing, he sent me the build sheet. I was like, hey, I just need to know like a detail or two. He sent me like a full build sheet. Like, I mean, this thing is a serious,
It looks
serious
great.
car. Yeah, and I guess they're working on another wagon, the BMW E36 or something like that. I don't know. They're
really?
so these guys, the Dead Slow Guards, they got some pretty awesome cars. So this car, I think they did this a while ago. These guys got a lot of hot cars out there.
Is
So
this at their shop right here?
yeah, I think it's at their Dead Slow garage.
Well, I could see that. You see that Volvo wagon in the back too.
Yeah. So I'm
wonder
sure
what
they've
they're
got.
doing to it, yeah.
they got all kinds of things in the works. So hopefully we'll get some more. If we do the
That's cool.
Wagon Wednesday again, man, maybe we'll get some other wagons from them. So
Oh, nice E46.
yeah, Sean Rubio. So this is a what is this? A
2003
a 325 XI
T.
Yeah, it's an all-wheel drive. I like the wheels on it. It's cool.
Yeah, I like it too.
And I think he's got some plans to make this a 6-speed manual.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that would be really cool. So really cool. I've never
Interesting.
seen those. Our buddy Steve Feist, 66 Nova Wagon.
Nice.
You can't really see in the picture, but it's white with a silver top
Oh, okay.
on it. Yeah,
Two-tone.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So nice little car he's got
Does he
there.
drive that? Ever?
No, I think as a matter of fact, his buddy Josh that he talked about when he was on the show, I think bought this car. So, but they're working on it right now to get it running. But it's pretty much a whole complete car. It's a really cool car. So,
All right, next.
so this is Steve's 60 Nomad wagon.
Wow.
Steve, I thank you because if you see, look. He had to get up on his lift to get a
on the
picture.
lift.
Yeah, because look how high he is right
Yep.
there.
Oh, okay.
So he's got a lot of cars in his shop, so it was tough for him to get the shot. So I appreciate him, taking the shot, even though I'm sure it wasn't very safe.
Is that a two-tone as well, or is it no?
I think it's silver with the trim in the middle.
Oh, okay.
The paint in the middle is black. But this is a gorgeous car.
What
Gorgeous
color's
car.
the interior?
I think it's black. I think it's
That's
black.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a really cool car. Super cool.
All right, you guys are going to love this next one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we saw. But he was there this morning.
So John was at Cars and Coffee
Yeah.
this morning with
Yeah.
his Civic, his purple Civic that you saw.
Right.
This is him and his wife's other car. It's a 2004 WRX Subaru. Really cool car. I've seen this in person.
Clean.
Yeah, I think he's got the Graham Light wheels on it or something like that. But really clean car, and they just had a baby, so I'm pretty sure this is going to work well for their family.
Is this more of a hatchback than a station wagon, would you say?
Probably. I don't know. Helm, you.
I mean, within the Subaru community, a lot of the Foresters and the Outbacks. But I mean,
I don't know. I mean, can you question? I don't know. To me, it looks like a wagon.
Yeah,
but
sort of from this angle, it does. Yeah, just kind of extended.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
All right.
Cute car.
Yeah.
Take a
All right,
look.
now we have a special, very special car situation coming up
next?
here.
Oh,
Oh,
I
wow.
love it.
Both cars.
Oh yeah, that's
such
blues.
yeah. There's so many things to say about this picture here. But go
Well,
ahead.
well, that's a W123. His one of his favorite personal cars. He's logged in about 1 million miles on the block.
Is it million miles or kilometers?
I mean kilometers.
Still crazy. amount.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kilometers, yeah.
Yeah.
But him towing his 356, and when I had asked him, because he sent other photos too of him towing, W123s, sedans and wagons, he informed me that when it comes to the 123 wagons and estates, he's logged in about over 100,000 miles. So you would see him towing, another wagon, another 123. So amazing things. But this car is very special. And actually, this is the car that really sparked my interest of seeing it. This specific chassis, and then for him to go find me my current 83.
I'm just amazed that it can tow.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty impressive. That's really cool. Obviously, you're towing a badass car too. So
Is that a TD?
Yes.
yeah.
So you would want to haul with the TD.
Oh, yeah.
Turbo with a turbo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I love that car. That
Yeah.
Porsche. Look at that thing.
That's super cool.
And I
But-
love when you see when people have been traveling and they have, I don't know the names of them, that they put in the
Oh,
grill.
the badge.
The badge,
Yeah.
the grills, the metal.
So many different badges because like with Mercedes-Benz, they have different badging for different mileage points that you get. with
Hit
the car.
100,000, 200,000,
Exactly.
300,000.
And that's what's great about that is that they want those cars to still be on the road and to acknowledge that they're still being driven. And and actually his roof rack on the top is custom made. He custom made that roof rack. The shot doesn't show the beautiful wood slats, but I mean he's towed so many different things with parts on
Oh
top.
my
and-
gosh, that's a gorgeous rack on
Yeah,
top.
but
It is.
yeah, that wagon's very special.
Nice rack blue.
So that's really the last submission, and we're gonna do something kind of clever with this. And Helm, you came up with this idea. We're gonna have a little bit of a contest with this.
Oh yeah,
How's that
after
gonna work?
I guess throwing the ideas with the whole team, we wanted to do something special where with the West of Tulsa team, we wanted to see which wagon is our favorite one.
Yeah. Well,
And-
I think we should leave it up to our viewers.
Okay.
If there's a particular wagon that you like, put it in the comments below. On our
Which one is your favorite
Yeah,
one?
on the YouTube video here. Tell us which one you guys like. I want to know what everybody likes out
Yeah.
there. I mean, obviously we have a lot of Mercedes guys, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys out there who didn't submit. Maybe they'll submit for the next one or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'd like to know what everybody likes, and
and
we can pick which one we like.
And based off who has the most likes, we'd love to send them some West of Tulsa merch.
Yeah,
Maybe give 'em a little-
our last T-shirt.
that CJ wore.
Yeah,
I don't know if they want that. I don't know if they want that. So
I think we all.
I'll watch
all
it first.
I think all we have is an extra small. I think that's all we got.
extra small baby T.
Joking. No, we actually have whatever size you want. We'll send you the right size.
Yeah. But no, I would personally want to thank everybody who submitted. I mean, we've only been doing this for a short time now, and the response and the support has been tremendous. I can't thank you guys enough for all your contributions, and it's just been really, really cool, and I'm glad we were able to do this because I hope we could do more stuff like this. Tell us also too, on our Instagram or on our YouTube if you want to see more stuff like this. We'll do a truck one. We'll do a I mean, we can get into the Hondas and the Chevys and the Fords and all that stuff too. But I really like the fact that wagons are such a unique thing, and they probably don't get as much love as they should.
Do you think there's a resurgence in station wagon popularity?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. We actually said that to a couple guys today, or or asked a couple guys today at Cars and Coffee. You know, it was like, you know, what do you think about wagons? Or do you think they're making? It's like, I think they're making a comeback here. You know, I really think that people are digging it because you don't see them as often anymore. So they're kind of like a throwback. You know.
Yeah.
So whether it's an old car or a new car, I mean, I saw a guy today with a Cadillac CTSV wagon. I love those cars. One, because it's got a ton of power in them, but you know, it's a wagon. You can take the family and make a rip down the track. You know, it's pretty cool. So.
And with wagons in general, their production number is lower. So that's
Overall,
what makes
right.
them a little bit rare as they get older.
And as people appreciate them,
Exactly.
values have been going up.
Exactly, exactly.
So Mercedes, BMW, Volvo. Who else is making wagons today?
Does Honda still make the Accord wagon? They don't. Huh?
No.
Yeah.
Subaru. What other?
What about Saab? Saab had
oh,
one, and Acura had one.
Oh, I love the
Saab's,
Saab.
Saab's long gone though.
I know, but I love their
I did
Saab
too.
If we actually knew what we were talking about and car experts, we could probably answer that question quickly, but we don't.
Comments. Somebody
Yeah.
will probably see this and
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
okay, here's who still has them or not.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm sure there's people out there on interwebs that will tell us
Yeah.
all the information that has it readily available to them. So
You know, and we're sitting here talking as if wagons are something fairly new, but as we were researching this, well, I knew this years ago, but Paul Newman was huge into wagons. He loved his Volvos. In fact, he had one called a Volvette.
Oh, really?
A Volvette. It was a 1988 maybe Volvo. I can't remember exactly, but he swapped out the motor out of the Volvo and put an LS2 in it.
Oh, wow.
400 horsepower.
I like it.
Wow.
Yeah, he had several wagons that
Really?
yeah, that he customized, if you will, and they were sleepers. Now that
they look
everybody
stock.
knows
They
the
look-
sleepers,
they look-
totally stock, but then you lift up the hood, and it was like,
Yeah.
wow.
I know we had family friends who would only buy Volvo wagons when their kids were learning how to drive, especially their sons.
Oh, because
They're
they're
the
saying
safety-
that
the safety
road.
Volvo's
Yeah.
the safest car.
That's
or
right.
something
Built like a
That's what
tank.
they thought.
Yeah, yeah.
And actually, one of the kids totaled two of them.
And they walked away totally fine.
But what does that tell you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't give that kid a car.
He's matured. He's
Okay.
a nice young man. Now.
Okay.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Did we cover everything with wagons? Or
Yeah,
is there
I mean,
anything
so I
else
think
anybody
this-
want to throw in there?
No, I think this is good. Like I said, thanks to everybody who submitted, and you know, we'll definitely put the pictures out there on our Instagram page, and maybe even do a blog post to write up about it.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, I truly appreciate everybody submitting. It's really cool. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and it was
Some
awesome.
beautiful wagons for sure.
Since we're kind of soliciting for show ideas and stuff here, I want to get the truck rodeo guys on. Truck rodeo. I'm obsessed with these. These are like an International Harvester 69 IHC that's selling for like 170 grand. It's like for a farm truck.
Wow.
And I grew up on a ranch, so that's my vote.
That would be interesting.
So before we sign off, why don't we go around the circle? Like Beth, what would you like to see, Beth, as an upcoming episode where we kind of get focused like this?
I have a million of ideas. One of them is with photogs, which we've talked about, and the types of vehicles that they've driven to go catch breaking news. I'd like to hear from women. Women who collect cars, women, and just the stories
Helm would like to hear
behind
from
them.
women too. He's single.
Yeah.
So
No, I like that.
I have a lot of good friends who have beautiful cars and just the stories, as we say.
But that story with the news photogs,
Yes.
how interesting would that be?
Yeah,
'Cause
it'll be very colorful, Gabe.
I like that.
And off color too, probably.
Yeah.
amazing. I love it.
And we're close. I think we've almost got
We've got a
enough
few
guys.
locked up. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So CJ, how about you? Maybe a Porsche show or what?
You know, I would say I would probably like to see somebody from the 356 world come in and talk about.
Oh, nice.
You know,
I think somebody might know somebody.
you think so?
Yeah.
Helm? You know somebody that knows 356?
I think his name's Blue.
Where in the world is Blue?
Yeah. Kansas City right now.
Kansas City. Okay.
So we'll have to have him head west of Tulsa
Absolutely.
Exactly.
and come join us here.
Up on the 10.
How about
Yeah.
what do you guys? Anything?
So Helm, how about another show, Helm? And we did the long roof show. So what's next on the agenda for you? What would you like to see?
Well, I mean, it's cool that, we are kind of picking from our internal team and what we love, right? So, you guys, getting to meet me know that I love wagons, and we kind of, it just made sense to do a show dedicated to it. But going down the line, I'd love to meet and learn more about the rotary world.
Ah, you took the word out of my
Man.
mouth.
No, I mean, because,
Yeah, you two could tag team on that one.
no, I mean, I'd love to, hear, especially from I think it's Bernie.
Bernie, yeah.
Yeah. So those kind of stories of the road.
Okay.
I'm clueless about that.
Are you talking about Rotary Club? No.
No.
I'm going to ask a question. I don't know any different. I don't know any different. Educate me.
Mazda.
Okay.
All my Rotary friends are probably laughing their asses off.
Oh, man.
When are we going to have the
Want
elk?
me to help?
I want the elks, and
elks?
the Rotary
That is
and
funny.
all of them.
Hey, they've
Well,
got
shoot,
a
that
drive
is
to their
funny.
meetings
Moose
too,
Lodge.
you guys.
That is funny.
They're a civil group. They really are a very good.
We're gonna get the Kiwanis Club. I know. And
Did I say this was my last show? Did
No,
I say that?
no.
All right, Gabe, you're up.
That is hilarious.
well, yeah, definitely Rotaries, and that's not a question. We're gonna do that because there's so much, especially my buddy Bernie from Seven Stock. I mean, they've been doing this for 25, 26 years, and there's such a the Rotary guys are like kind of like VW guys. You know, they get talked. People talk a lot of trash about them, just like VWs. You know, but there's such a great community of guys, and you know, I think there's so many characters with Rotary guys. You have to be a character to be interested in Rotary. It's such a interesting engine. It's not like a normal engine.
Well, it's like, as we are learning, now that Beth is a Corvair owner, they fall in the same category. The Corvair folks. I mean, they're pretty rabid, and it's a funky car.
As a Rotary owner, I'm offended, but all right.
Can we do a Corvair show? Is there?
We could do a Corvair
Do we
show.
know enough
Yeah,
Corvair
absolutely.
people to bring on
Sure.
a panel of
100%.
Corvair owners?
Rabid
12
Corvair
people?
owners. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you're talking about funky engines.
That's definitely
falls
funky.
into
I'll
that
give you that.
category right
I'll
there.
give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
When I lift up the hood now on Beth 61, people look at it and go, whoa, look,
Yeah.
what's the belt doing? It kind of goes up and around and up and down. And
But no, I'm with you, Dan, too. Also, as trucks, I want to do trucks because, man, I love trucks.
Trucks are awesome.
Yeah, like you know, just short cab street trucks to trophy trucks to you know, I love talking about trucks. I know guys with trucks got all kinds of stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we're growing our audience, and I think we just want to put out this episode. If you sat through our Wagon episode, we're putting this out to our audience. Like we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Hondas with fart cans, Rotary guy, whoever.
You just
Because-
offended all the Honda guys. Thanks, Dan.
Okay, Hondas without fart cans. How about an NSX show?
The
yeah.
the non-farty Hondas. The non-farty Hondas. All right.
Non-party Honda. But the point being is we're everywhere on socials. So So hit us on socials. Like
Yeah.
what
We
do
wanna
you
hear from
guys,
you guys.
what do
Yeah.
you guys want to see? Because we love getting panels of like rabid people and
Yeah.
you know, and that's what we want to do. We want to talk to the community and hear the stories. That's
Totally.
what it's all about.
Yep.
Yeah.
all right, so we have to encourage people to go to the comments section. Tell us which wagon you like, because we will announce
Who the winner
Yeah.
maybe in the next show who won it.
Yep. Yeah.
And we'll send them off a T-shirt and hope it fits.
Yeah.
Are we going to round robin here and say what your favorite wagon was?
No,
you saw
I'm
here,
not
or
gonna
no?
give it
We're
up.
not going to do
Well,
that.
wait, I don't
Yeah.
think we should.
Yeah.
We're not going to taint the
No,
judging.
we
Yeah.
No.
we each have a vote.
Yeah. We don't want to sway the
No,
voting.
no.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So on that, anything else on wagons? Is that it? I think all right.
We're good.
I think Nelson had more airtime than any of us today.
He did.
Does it
This
feel
mystery
like-
man.
Yeah, mystery man. He's going to join us here hopefully someday. Wouldn't that be
Soon.
great?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
Soon. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching. Again, follow us on socials. Like, follow, subscribe. Go to the YouTube channel. Okay, there we go. He was a little
Channel.
on that
Channel.
one.
You
There we
can
go.
gesture to me and I'll say
Good channel.
channel.
I'm out
All
of
right.
breath.
So the YouTube channel, you can also leave your comments there. Tell us which wagon you liked. And we also have the tip line. So go to that, go to our website, and fill out the tip line and send it in to us, because we would love have you on West of Tulsa. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you west of Tulsa.